and welcome back to Kingdom Reviews. I'm your host, Future Keybearer. Ready to ask some more questions? So we skip ahead to about 20 days later. I'm just gonna assume that the biology of a nobody is different from that of a normal person, because otherwise Roxas would probably be dead by now. Well, at least Shion's been visiting him, leaving seashells at his bed. The next day, Roxas finally wakes up, but can't seem to find anyone.
No! I slept too long!
So, naturally, having nothing else to do, Roxas goes to the clock tower where Shion just so happens to show up.
Sayek said there was no telling when you might wake up.
Whoa! That's Axel's spot!
I kind of feel like a zombie, though.
Is all this zombie talk just Nomura trying to tell us that he wants to do a game about the undead?
I brought you this. It's a seashell. I've been picking one up on every mission.
Has every mission sent you to a freaking beach? So Roxas listens to the seashell and is hit with the memory of Sora and Kairi at the dock. The next day, Roxas is sent to Agrabah, where he learns that more sandstorms are hitting the city, and with them come Heartless. Okay. While completing his mission, Roxas sees Aladdin scolding Abu for stealing. Which makes sense. It's not like they need to steal anymore. Abu's just a greedy little monkey. The interesting part, though, is that while we see this on the top screen of the DS, we see Sora on the bottom screen. I'm not going to bring this up every time, but it actually does happen a lot throughout the game, showing Sora in similar situations that Roxas is in on the bottom screen. I think it's actually a neat way of showing the story using the system hardware. After that, nothing much else happens for another 20 days? Jesus! Well, anyway, Xigbar and Demnix let Roxas know that there are no survivors from Castle Oblivion. Now you get to double your work hours to help pick up the slack. Roger that. Remind me to underachieve twice as hard from now on. Demnix, the patron saint of college students. So naturally, after hearing about Castle Oblivion, Roxas is a bit taken aback when Axel shows up in Twilight Town.
It's been a while.
Where the hell have you been? The events of Chain of Memories had to have happened like a month ago at least!
I gotta check in with the boss. Or he's gonna let me have it.
So why haven't you already?
I guess I just needed a little time to sort out my feelings, you know?
I thought you didn't have a heart.
Huh? Got you there.
Why didn't you report in?
What? Not even one little word of appreciation?
Stop dancing around the question! During this exchange, we learned that Axel was sent to the castle to find some sort of chamber. But as it turns out, searching the entire castle is a near impossible feat.
I disposed of Zexion, by the way.
Why? What purpose did taking out Zexion serve? All I know is that as for Sayek's and Axel's secret agenda, which we still have no idea what it is. Anyway, then Roxas and Axel are sent to Agrabah. While there, they see Pete. Okay. He appears to be looking for something, so Axel thinks it'd be a good idea to shadow him. Because who doesn't love a good stealth mission? After following Pete for a bit, they discover a secret pathway that leads to the Cave of Wonders, and they decide to go in and take a look. Because as we established in the first game, we're just throwing that whole diamond in the rough thing right out the window. And it seems like the cave has done some remodeling, and it won't be the last time. The next day, Roxas notices that Shion hasn't been around for a while, and Axel offers to try to get some information on the matter out of Sayax. Roxas is then sent to a world we've yet to see on the show, Beast Castle. And despite this being a new world for us, I'm not really going to look at the level design. I'm going to save that for when we see it in the next game. The next day, Roxas and Axel are sent out to find Shion. After a few false starts, including Pence here making us take a stupid quiz on Twilight Town, they finally find her in front of the old mansion, as well as a stealth sneak. Oh, I'm sorry, a veil lizard. It's literally the same exact thing, except in a different color. Maybe a little smaller. Either way, after defeating the reptile, Roxas and Axel take Shion up to the clock tower, and Shion tells them why they haven't seen her in a while. Turns out, she lost the ability to use her Keyblade. Well, that was short-lived. And without her Keyblade, she can't do her job to collect hearts. So to cover for her, Axel comes up with the idea for Roxas to consistently team up with Shion on missions, and do her workload so that the higher-ups don't realize that there's something wrong.
You magnificent bastard, I read your book!
Now, something you may have noticed in the scene is that sometimes Shion's hood is up and sometimes it's down. At first, I thought it was some weird mistake on the animator's part, but then I noticed something. Whenever Roxas talks to Shion, her hood is down, and whenever Axel talks to her, her hood is up, until the end of the scene when both of them see her face. I realized that it's actually a subtle way of showing that how others figuratively see Shion affects how they literally see her. Interesting. Can't wait to see what it amounts to.